Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. There have been multiple cry out by different groups, starting from IPOP itself, about the torture, or the alleged torture by DSAs on Nnamdi Kanu. And this thing has escalated day after day. Some day ago, we heard what a particular group had to say. I think youth of Southeast had to say about the issue of Nnamdi Kanu being tortured. But right now, they have taken it to another level as Aloy Ejimakor himself has decided to take up the battle. And you are going to see the people that he had written petition to dragging DSS out. We're going to be looking at that in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you have not subscribed, please do well hit on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, Aloy Ejimakor, Special Counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has petitioned the National Human Rights Commission over the alleged violation of his client rights. The petition addressed to Antonio Ojukwu, the executive secretary of the commission, called for an investigation into the torture the IPOB leader was subjected to. It called for the perpetrators to be brought to justice. According to him, such a probe is imperative because Kanu's alleged maltreatment by the DSS meets the definition of human rights violation under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the United Nations Charter, and the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. The petition also said such treatment contradicts the International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, the Anti-Torture Act 2017, among others, international and regional instruments on human rights. The petition urged the Commission to recommend to the Nigerian government that it should take prompt measure to initiate the prosecution of all persons complicit in the torture of Kanu in line with the provision of the Anti-Torture Act 2017 and other pertinent laws. The petition reads in part, "We are solicitors to Nnamdi Kanu hereafter our client, on whose behalf and instruction we must respectfully bring these complaints pursuant to Section 5 of the National Human Rights Commission Act. According to the information personally supplied to us by our client, the background and detail of the human rights violation are as follows. Number one, that the violation complaint of hearing commenced at our client's residence in Isiama, Afaruku, Ibeku, Umuohia North local government area, Abia State, to wit the military invasion of our clients said resident in September 2017 by Nigerian security agent, in which lives were lost and which compelled our client to flee Nigeria to save his life and in search of refuge. Our client subsequently brought a fundamental right action on account of the military invasion, and the court determined the suit in his favor. See attachment 1. These same human rights violation plus more compel our client to file a communication complaint with the African Commission on Human and People's Rights in December 2017. The communication was filed against the Federal Republic of Nigeria, same being a state party to the African Charter that constituted the Commission. In March 2018, said African Commission issued a decision stating in part that the Commission finds that the complaint revealed prima facie violation of the African Charter, and having consequently seized itself of the complaint, the Commission thus granted that the request for provisional measures, calling on the respondent state not to take any further action so as to avoid irreparable damage to the victim, IPOM, and its members, pending the decision of the Commission on this communication. Pursuant to said decision above, the communication wrote to the President of Nigeria requesting him to intervene in the matter and ensure that the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria adopt provisional measures not to take any further action so as to avoid irreparable damage to the victim, IPOB, and its member pending the decision the Commission on his communication. From the date of issuance of the said decision above till now, the President of Nigeria has failed or otherwise refused to implement the said provision or provisional measures and has instead escalated the conduct. The said decision has sought to suspend or prevent. In the due course of our clients continuing involuntary exile and sojourn abroad and in search of a safe haven, our client entered the Republic of Kenya and was legally admitted on May 12, 2021. After his admission, our client settled in at a temporary location in Nairobi, Kenya. As of this date, our client was facing a 4-count charge in Nigeria, namely treasonable felony, conspiracy, illegal importation, and defamation. On June 19, 2021, our client drove himself to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi, Kenya, on a personal errand. As soon as he pulled to a stop at the parking lot and alighted from his vehicle, about 20 well-armed persons violently accosted and abducted him, handcuffed him, blindfolded him, bundled him into a vehicle, and speed away. His abductors took him to a secret private location, not a police station, somewhere in Nairobi, Kenya, and chained him to the floor. The abductors did not tell him who they are, but from their conversation, our client submits that they were working for the government of Nigeria and its security agencies. While chaining to the floor, his abductors took turns beating and torturing him to the point that he fainted several times and was intermittently revived when they poured cold water on him. During the torture and beating, his abductor taunted him, verbally degraded him, and called him a separatist Igbo Jew. They also told him he will be expelled to Nigeria to face death. He was chained to the floor for 8 days and was thus forced to relieve himself of urine and excrement where he was chained. Throughout the duration of his secret captivity and torture, he was not allowed to bath and was fed only on bland bread once a day and given a non-sanitary water to drink. Except for the presence of his abductor, he was in solitary confinement the entire 8 days. The inhuman treatment, cruelty, and degradation to which the abductor subjected our client and the external and internal injuries he sustained therefrom, coupled with his pre-existing poor health, made him to languish in dread, fear, and terror that he was going to die in captivity and his body disappear. His anguish entreaties to the abductors to get him some medication for his hypertension, heart condition, and physical injuries were inhumanly refused, and his pleas to be taken before a court or even official police or other law enforcement facilities or allowed a phone call were flatly refused. Throughout the 8 days duration of the captivity and torture of our client, his torturers were in constant telephone communication with and taking directive and instruction from Nigeria High Commission to Kenya and other Nigerian officials. On the 8th day, his abductor brought him out of the house, put him in a car, drove him straight to the tarmac of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, where they evaded Kenyan immigration and forcibly bundled him into a private jet that departed the airport before noon on June 27, 2001 and arrived Abuja, Nigeria in the early hours of same day. There, throughout the duration of the flight from Nairobi to Abuja, our client's waist and ankles were manacled so tightly that he was in extreme physical and mental pain for the entire duration of the flight. He also had the muzzle of a gun pointed to and roughly rubbed the nape of his neck throughout the duration of the fight. On arrival in Nigeria, Klein was taken to and detained at the headquarters of the Nigerian Intelligence Agency in Abuja. He spent the first night at the NIA detention facility, sleeping on the floor with very bright electric bulb deliberately left on throughout the night, thus causing him extreme bodily heat, self-deprivation, and mental anguish. Our client stated that from 29 June 2021 to date, he was being subjected to solitary confinement lasting for 23 hours each day at the headquarters of the State Security Services in Abuja. Since his confinement, our client has repeatedly requested independent medical examination by a physician of his own choice, but the request would deny Section 7 of the Torture Act, provided that a person arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation shall have the right to be informed of his right to demand a physical and psychological examination by an independent and competent doctor of his own choice after interrogation, which shall be conducted outside the influence of the police or security forces. This was actually a write-up or the content of the petition that was sent out, to the National Human Rights Commission over violation of Nnamdi Kanu's right, and it's really pathetic listening and hearing that content, and however, I would like to leave it there. What's your standpoint on